Hello Aquarius, welcome back to Intuitive Garden Tarot. If you're new here, my name is Nicole. As promised, I'm going to do a reading just looking at how the solstice is going to impact the energy for Aquarius. In the northern hemisphere, we have the summer solstice here, and it's very powerful as I understand this particular one. So let's see how that energy is going to come through for you, Aquarius. Remember, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you may do so at my website, intuitivegardentarot.org. And don't forget to hit the like button if this video does resonate with you. Share with anyone who might listen, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, Aquarius, we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Moon card, and the Chariot. Interesting that the two clarifiers are major arcana, so let's break it down. In the background here we have the energy of the Ten of Pentacles, a beautiful generational legacy energy of abundance, prosperity. It can include inheritances, trusts. Again, this is a coming together of generations and a passing down of the keys and the codes. So you might be doing some ancestral clearing, some ancestral energy work, if that's something you're working on right now. You might be preparing or have been thinking about inheritance or estate or what it is that you want to pass on to the generations. If it's not in the pentacle world of tangible finances, it could just be an idea or a way of living that is on your mind or has been lately. Okay, next we have the Knight of Wands. Very passionate energy. And in this deck in particular, notice the flame at the tip of his wand has a phoenix rising out of it. So this is a very transformational energy in particular, moving ahead with that fire element. This can also be your spiritual passion, your spirituality, your spiritual connection might be really enhanced right now. Again, that wand seems to be reaching up into a different level of understanding, a higher realm. And then we have the Knight of Cups here. Beautiful energy of really leading with your emotions in a very open, generous way. Look how large that cup is that this knight is carrying. He's following his passion, which also is what the Knight of Wands does. He really leads with his passion. So I feel that the solstice is inviting you to really tune into your heart's desire, to share that love, to share that joy, to ignite others and to help inspire them to do the same. And there's a little bit of magic. Most knights are riding a horse. This one is riding a unicorn, so pay attention to that. Maybe some of your joy is living in the magic or exploring magic, or arts like tarot and intuitive arts. I do want to note too that there is a swell of emotion that might come up as well, that might be triggered. And with the fiery Knight of Wands and then the watery Knight of Cups, this could be a blend of sadness as well as anger. It could be just heartfelt passion, like I said, and desire. But a lot of that is getting stirred up. I'm really drawn to these waves at the hooves of this unicorn. It's like a tidal wave surge, so you might just be really emboldened emotionally and feel a surge of emotion that needs to be acknowledged, that directs you and guides you on where to go. And if you're aligned and grounded, it should be clear to you what your next step is. But there's a lot of flow and a lot of momentum that I'm feeling with these cards. And we have the Nine of Pentacles at the heart of your reading here. She's very confident, successful, and independent. She is sovereign. She answers to no one. So, again, playing off of the Ten of Pentacles energy, for some of you, this might be suggesting an inheritance or some kind of generational income or family business might be at play here. And I'm really noticing how she is taking great joy and delight at this, what I would call dove, bird of peace, that she's holding in her hands. I'm going to see if I can get it more into focus. So there's a lot of inner peace that seems to be available for you right now. And it could be suggesting that financially things are in order for you, Aquarius. Maybe that's speaking to some of you, and that you have the freedom to do what you need to do and want to do right now. But there's also a message here to remember to protect your space and to protect your energy. There is so much intensity and movement of energy happening right now in general, and it seems that the solstice is just going to activate that even more. So this is, I believe, a jaguar at her side, kind of sternly keeping watch while she's in a state of peace and enjoying herself and perhaps even distracted. So if you have any practice of protecting your energy space, or just intending or asking your guides, angels, ascended masters, whatever works for you, to make sure that any lower frequency energy that is moving around right now doesn't get into your space. Because you're in a big period of change, and the more clarity you have to work with this energy, the better. Okay, next we have the Queen of Pentacles, and she is very connected to nature and also very abundant. She knows how to allow things to come to her. She's very good at receiving. So this might be new for some of you, or it might not be. But where this energy is going for you is really learning to call in and allow your life and your dreams to manifest in the way that you choose. And she also knows how to tap into a state of flow. There are 3 waterfalls behind her here. And that's pretty unique to this deck. And it just brings me right back to this big swell of a wave. So as you are integrating and working with some emotions that might be coming up, it looks like she's sitting pretty, and this is not a big wave. This is not anything to fear. In fact, it might be very calming and nurturing to be near a waterfall or water flow like that. So you have all the tools you need here, and some of it might come by spending time alone, actually, to really just be in your joy, be with nature alone in particular might be helpful. She's connected here to the earth and the trees, so that is always a good idea, especially when a lot of turbulent energy and emotions can be stirred up. That's how we can be in balance and be centered within it. And speaking of stuff coming up, next we have the Moon card. This is about what's hidden beneath the surface, deep deep emotions, and coming to light in the moon light. I can hear these wolves howling at the moon, so you might be inclined to connect with the moon. There's a new moon coming up after the solstice, and really work with that lunar energy. But the howling too is almost a natural way of releasing deep-seated pent-up emotions. So this might be a good time to find a quiet place and have a good yell, shout, scream out in nature or into a pillow if you don't want anyone to hear you, or if you don't feel safe doing that somewhere out in nature. But it's really owning and honoring your emotions is how I'm feeling that. Letting them be expressed in the way they, in their organic form, in their raw state. That's going to bring some things to light, and it's going to afford you some clarity. And that theme continues on with his chariot energy. He has the black and the white horse pulling his chariot forward. Here we have the black and the white wolf. So there's very much about looking at the light and the shadow of things and really pulling things together, being focused on where it is you want to go. He is very divinely guided. Look at all those stars above him on his crown, leading the way, lighting the way. He has a sense of stability and really knowing how to pull things together. Again, and this has come through a lot, it's not about getting rid of the uncomfortable feelings or experiences we may be having. It's honoring them, understanding them, and letting them flow through us so that they don't get stuck, and then we don't get stuck with that energy. You might also have a wonderful support system, whether it's your actual biological family or a community that you belong to or take part in, that can be very helpful and nurturing for you at this time. So I'm seeing both. It's a blend of making sure you're connected with those that enrich you and support you and feel like your soul tribe, as well as making sure that you're having time alone to be with yourself and to integrate and understand your own process here. All right, Aquarius, let's finish with some oracle cards, and we're going to use the garden deck here. Continuance, refinement, and strength. Okay, continuance also has the moon phases up top. There's a lot of moon energy here, which to me generally is acknowledging there's a lot of emotional work coming up or that you're engaged in at this time. And it does have Capricorn energy as well. So aligning with what your ambitions are, how you want to be seen in the world, and making sure that that is somewhat of a daily focus or a regular focus, that you have some structure set up or some way of interacting with what it is that your purpose is, or how you want to be seen. And seen out in the world doesn't necessarily mean like this in a visual way that's accessible all around the world. It might be how you're seen in your world, in your family, in your individual life, in your community. But making sure that you're nourishing that part of yourself in a regular way is going to be helpful right now. And refinement with Scorpio energy, that's interesting. More of those deep emotions coming up. So refining those deeper emotions, those more powerful, previously perhaps unconscious parts of yourself, cultivating them. I feel that's taking this tidal wave of emotion and channeling it into these three waterfalls that are cascading in a more refined way, less bold, less chaotic, if you will. So this is an opportunity to really continue the work you've already done. That's the other element of continuance. What I'm describing probably isn't new to you. Those of you watching this video, you've probably been doing your work, and you probably are digging into deeper emotions and, you know, your bigger purpose. But this is an opportunity again to really refine some of those details. Herbs are coming up. Herbal tinctures, herbal remedies might also be helpful to support you in whatever way you feel inclined right now, Aquarius. And strength here with Virgo energy is kind of connected to what I was saying with that Capricorn energy of how you want to be seen, nurturing it, nourishing it. That's supported by the Virgo energy of your daily habits and routines, making sure your body is strong. And to me, the fennel really represents the heart, our physical hearts, which is coming up here too, that there's a lot of emotion coming up. So keeping your body strong again. And with this little dagger here, it represents to me communication. Swords are communication in tarot. And it also represents perhaps some heart wounds that can be healed, and a lot of strength that can be attained and embodied by maybe facing a particularly sharp wound, which might be old, it might be recent, but understanding that you have the resilience and the strength to handle it. It doesn't need to be repressed or denied or numbed. I do like to suggest to ingesting these foods and surrounding yourself with these herbs and flowers. So we have apple. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Refinement is dahlia, particular type of flower. And strength, like I said, is fennel. Very healthy for us. So I'm just checking if there are any last messages that want to come through for you, Aquarius. I do find it interesting that there are no swords. There is no real air in this reading, which is your element. And it's most predominantly lined up literally with pentacle energy, which is the physical world, your physical body, your finances, your tangible resources. And that feels okay. I know most of us see room for more when it comes to finances and resources, but what this is suggesting is that you have what you need and you absolutely have the ability to draw in what it is you desire when you get clear and focused on what's next for you or what you desire to experience next. Well, I hope that was helpful, Aquarius. Remember, you can book a personal reading with me at intuitivegardentarot.org, and we can just look at your specific questions and your specific energy. This is a general reading, so take what does resonate and leave the rest for somebody else. I look forward to seeing you next time. I hope that was helpful.